Extended greeting, YouTube viewer, and warm welcome to another episode of Talk About Transformers. Today we're going to be finally doing the full Menasor combiner. Since there's not really anything else to go over in vehicle modes, we're basically just going to jump cut to assembling the combiner. If you want to see how to get all the parts ready for assembly, that is going to be in the Do the Thing video, so go ahead and check that out. But for the time being, we'll just go ahead and do a jump cut to the pieces. Alrighty, and a quick jump cut for you and quite a bit of time for me. We've got all the pieces ready to go. In between these sections, I filmed the Do the Thing. So if you want to see how we got here and how to get back from here, go ahead and check that out. Disclaimer, when I went to film it, I forgot to plug my mic in. So even though the sound quality is still pretty okay because it was my phone's mic, it might be quieter than usual. I have no clue yet. We'll see what happens. Luckily these are going to come out a day apart, so if you're if you're watching or no, these are going to come out like 15 minutes apart. Maybe I'll put the Do the Thing out first this time. Maybe we'll do that, but I decided to save the final combination for this video here, and he's going to start getting tall very quickly. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and angle up right away, and we've got his two legs here, and how these are going to hook into the torso is you've got these sections right here, and we're going to go ahead and slide them in, and this is going to sort of kind of lock that in. It's not that hard to pull it out, but it does hold it in. You know, you have to actually put some oomph in there to get that apart. And then we'll go ahead and take Wild Rider's leg and plug that in, and then right away for me we have a problem, because when he's in a base stance his feet pegs start running into each other. So what I'll do is I'll just pop his hips out one place, pop his ankles in one place. There, now his feet aren't running into each other. That's nice. So now we can go ahead and turn him back around, and we are going to actually want to raise our camera, not just angle up, for the first time in forever. Alright, so there we have his lovely torso for the arms. You've got these sections here. I couldn't find my camera for a second, and they are going to slide in to these little grooves right here, and then they're gonna snap into place. You've got this little nubbin here. I'm assuming that's gonna go clipping into that there. But there, you've got that arm in place. Flare it out, and then we'll go ahead and put this arm into place. Same way, flare it out. Now, these can be kind of wonky to pull off. I found the best way to pull them off is literally to just rotate the arm back and then pop them up like that, and then you just rotate that back forward and you're ready to go again. Because if you try to just pull the arm up, it wants to pull this with it. So when you rotate it out, you get the clearance you need to grab it and use your fingers and stuff to pull it off. So just throwing that out there. But there he is in his full combined goodness. We'll go ahead and bring the camera down slightly so we can get him all in one frame. There we go. And yes, he looks very, very nice, all combined up. Now that we've done that, let's go ahead and bring him in. Bring the camera back up to his face and leave it there this time. There we go, that looks nice. Alright, and there you have his face. It's got the black molded plastic with the gunmetal paint that was on all the wheels. Then the bright red eyes for the chest. It's all black except for the Decepticon logo. And then you've got purple down here on the waist. There's literally not a lick of paint on the legs anywhere. You just have purple feet, which is a shame. I know that is basically how the cartoon was colored though, so I could complain about it, but I can also understand the reason behind it, so I'm not gonna. Here we have them from one side. You've got the cars hanging out the back, as is accurate to the G1 show. The car is on the arms. In the show, some models had like them just as bricks as arms and stuff like that, but I think this is a nice way to do it. Here on the back, you've got a little bit of paint up here because you've got the gas tank purple showing through, and a little bit of purple down there from that hinge that held the sword. But again, not a lot of paint back here, except for where you see color on the cars. And then coming back down this side, you've got nice red from Wild Rider, and you've got that nice red from Dead End there, which is kind of nice how his red goes with his red, but he's got blue in it. It doesn't really, like if this guy was blue, it might have helped do kind of like a left and right color thing. I'm just talking, it's fine. And then for accessories, he does have his little baby sword that he can hold in his hand, like so. So he has his sword in his hand. It is very small, it's like a dagger. I guess he's just going stealth mode for some reason. But the other thing that he has is this turret. And now that we have configured it in this way, so that way it's taller, you can go ahead and activate his articulation, which we'll go into more detail in a minute. And you can go ahead and put his big Mena hands on the little handles, and he can actually, you know, operate the turret sitting at his height if you want to. If you don't want to use the turret itself, you can simply take the gun off, fold this back down, fold one handle in, whichever handle you want. You could have, if you have it in this hand, I usually use the handle that I didn't show any of that on camera. Sorry, it's higher than usual. My hand's muscle memory to the usual camera height. We'll fold this back down. We've got our handles out, and I'll fold the one on the outside of the side I'm putting it on up and put it in his hand, and then fold this one up against his hand so he can hold his gun and his sword. And if that's how you want to do it, that's fine. If you want to use the inside handle and have the other handle resting on the outside of his hand, you can do that too. It's yours, do whatever you want with it. But that's how that works. And then the DNA kit is going to take this chunk plus the gun chunk and make a big old Gatling gun out of it. If you hook them together now, they do hold together the same way. There isn't really anything more stable on that I've seen from reviews of it that are going to hold the gun to this better. And you can actually kind of fake a big old gun with it now if you want. But what I like to do is I like to split it in half all the way, fold this panel up and rotate this one in, fold this panel up, rotate this one in, and then I'll come around to his back and I'll take the trailer hitch post and plug it into the port it goes into in truck mode, and then I just put those across his back like wings or something like that. So that is how I do that section on my Menasor. You can't really even see it from the back, so if you have it displayed, you know, you could put it on the back and it's out of the way and it's, you know, just sitting back there hanging out. Let's go ahead and get all of these off of him real quick and take a look at that posability. We'll take this off too so that way it doesn't get in the way. Alrighty, starting off here, once we reattach the back, his head is just on a swivel. It can go around 180 degrees, 360 degrees. If you want to use that neck joint, you can make them look up, but that looks really bad, so we're not going to do that. We'll go ahead and show off his 360 degree shoulder. You do have a hinge that is ratcheted out 90 degrees at least. For the bicep, it is a soft ratchet around the top of the elbow. You have a ratcheted elbow. You do have a ratcheted wrist swivel, but no finger articulation. That's something that the DNA kit fixes, gives him some fingers. For the waist, you do have 360 degrees due to the transformation also. that is in there. No ab movement for the legs. Go ahead and actually rotate this back. You do get full backward movement. You do get, sorry, he's big, full forward movement, and you do get a soft ratchet out to the side. Ooh, pulling his legs off. Soft ratchets out to the side so he can do the full splits. You do get a 360 degree die swivel, and the knee bend is 90 degrees when you get it to its last point. But when you're rotating the knee up, sometimes you can slide the leg out, like I almost just did. As far as ankles go, he doesn't really have any movement. You can get one click up, do the transformation, but they start running into this. And then you've got an ankle tilt, but with the car, or with the way everything's molded here, you can only go to about maybe there before it starts getting wonky on you. But still, that's decent for a big guy like this. Let's get it straightened out. So yeah, this is my first official completed combiner, and I'm very happy with it. I do have most of Revenge of the Fallen Studio Series Devastator. I am missing a long haul, so that one's not complete, and I do have a complete G1 Devastator that is third party, so it's not official. So yes, this is my first official completed combiner, and he looks crooked. I don't know why. He's not crooked on the camera though, so it's just me. And I actually like it a lot, so let's go ahead and put this stuff back on him. Like I said, give him a pair of wings if you want. Go ahead and give him his gun. However you want to plug that in. Then we can go ahead and give him his sword. Get him in a pose here. In the way. So yeah, I mean, you can get him in a decent standing there, looking menacing pose on your shelf if you want, just with all his weapons and stuff. And there you have him. He is a big boy doing big boy stuff, and I really do. I love that I have a full combiner. I think they did a really good job on this, coming off the heels of Combiner Wars. A lot of people were like, okay, I'm happy that we have like a modern Menasor, but it's got some issues, doesn't it? This guy, I don't feel like has a lot of issues. My biggest issue with him, I think, was this chunk of stuff. And I figured out something to do with it that I'm moderately happy with, so I can't really complain about that. I know a lot of people are unhappy about the cars being on the back of the legs, but that's how the cartoon was in the early days, and that's kind of what you know, Legacy and Generations is doing a lot of right now. It's all like Generation 1, that's what they want. Even if it's not from Generation 1, they're Generation 1, they're like fusing the newer stuff with it, like the Legacy Prime bots. I'm actually really surprised that the Legacy Armada bots look so close to their originals, because they're not really that far off, apart from missing the minicons. But yeah, I really do like him. In case you're wondering how big he is, we'll do one quick size comparison off the shelf here. We'll bring in your Voyager leader, Optimus from Earthrise. So yeah, he comes up not even halfway on Menasor, or about halfway on Menasor. I want to say that that's basically the same height as Jetfire. And even if you don't have any of the cars, if you just have the Motormaster figure, you can still do this. He'll just have really skinny arms, and he'll have holes in his legs, but he can still do the full combined mode without any of the limb guys. So if you get a Motormaster, you don't have to really miss out on all the functionality. So that's really nice. But yeah, this quick review has been going on for a little while now, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Go ahead and check out the do the thing if you want to see how we got the chunks into the places we got the chunks in. And I'm really bad at outros, so I'll call you to action. I'll ask you to engage. I'll ask you to forget that I just messed up. I'll ask you to engage with the video, subscribe, ring the bell, and I'll ask that you come back next time.